everyone, if you're new here, my name is Jamie and I post videos every Sunday. So at the start of the year, my husband and I drove from Melbourne to Perth. We did a cross-country road trip and we stopped by Adelaide and spent a few nights there. I did upload some vlogs, but I wanted to recap my favorite recommendations in one video of my favorite places to eat and things to do in Adelaide. This was my second time in Adelaide and I love the city. I think it's so underrated and I would definitely go back again in a heartbeat. Anyway, let's just get into the video. I really hope you enjoy it. On this trip, I stayed at Hotel Motel Adelaide, which is a 3-star hotel. It had everything we wanted in terms of amenities. It was clean and comfy and I would stay there again. It wasn't as central, but we had a car, so we weren't too fussed, and we really wanted the free parking, which was a huge win. We had the king room for 2 people for 3 nights, and it was $465 in total, so around $150 per night. Turning to things to do in Adelaide, I would recommend visiting the Adelaide Himeji Garden. Our accommodation was very close to the garden, so we could walk right over, which was so convenient. And this Japanese-style garden was a beautiful and peaceful corner of the city. It is also free to enter and walk around. All the plants and trees were manicured, and there were even koi fish in the ponds, which was really cool to see, and there was also a Zen garden. We spent around half an hour to 45 minutes there. It is quite small, but it was nice to just sit down and take it in. Another free activity in Adelaide is a visit to the Adelaide Botanic Garden. This was a beautiful garden with so many varieties of plants and trees. It was huge, so make sure to wear comfy walking shoes. There is so much space. We saw a lot of kids running around and locals having picnics, so it's a great family-friendly destination as well. I think they also have free guided walks if you want to hear more information about the history of the gardens and information about the plants as well. Next up, we have the Art Gallery of South Australia. Entry is free to this gallery and to most exhibitions. It is a really stunning place with wonderful collections and varieties of art. All the staff were really friendly as well, and my husband and I were really lucky and we could go to the exhibition of a Japanese artist that we really adore, so make sure you check ahead and see what exhibitions are on. Okay, now turning to restaurant and cafe recommendations, I really loved Mr. Pigeon. This was a really lovely spot for a coffee and a treat. It's so cozy and quaint with unique decor. Now, Soy 38 was such a delicious Thai restaurant. Everything we had was delicious and the pad Thai was particularly incredible. Service, food, drinks, everything was on point. It was so tasty and there were great portions as well. I would highly recommend. For a brunch spot, I would highly recommend 7 Grounds. It's an Asian fusion cafe, and the first thing that we noticed when we sat down was that everyone had like a juice or a smoothie on their table, so I couldn't resist and I got the Mary Berry smoothie and it was delicious. It had blueberry, taro, chia seeds and coconut milk, and I'm such a sucker for taro and I feel like I rarely see it on a menu, so I knew I had to order this one and I loved it. I had the shokupan, which was honey butter toast with chocolate chantilly, matcha crumb, raspberry sorbet, and meringue shards. God, it sounds really good because it was delicious. I don't know why I didn't take any videos of the food, probably because I was starving and went straight into it, but I took some photos that I will pop on the screen. We had such a memorable meal at My Kitchen restaurant located in Ferryden Park, which is in the suburbs, but it's worth the trek because the food was delicious. It's a super authentic Vietnamese restaurant with super lovely service and the portions were massive. I would go back again in a heartbeat. If I was a local and lived in Adelaide, this would be such a go-to spot for me. I would also recommend Penfolds McGill Estate Restaurant. Our friends recommended this spot to us and we went all out with the tasting menu for $245 per person. I know, it was so steep, but my god, the dining experience was really memorable. With the views of the vineyard and the amazing service, it was really such a huge treat. The food was delicious as well, and of course the wine was incredible. Of course, we visited the Barossa Valley and I had to visit Maggie Beer's farm shop again. I think it's just a beautiful spot to have a little coffee and some cake. It's also a great spot to pick up some gourmet food products. Finally, I would recommend Fino at Seppeltsfield. It was such a beautiful estate and the menu showcased a lot of local Barossa and South Australian produce. There was also a great selection of wines from the Barossa, South Australia and a few international wines as well. That is a wrap on the video. If you enjoyed this or found it helpful, please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. It really supports my channel. Thanks so much and I'll see you next Sunday.